Okay, let's do it. It's the third attempt to answer the questions, but something always goes wrong.
Number 1. In regards to your best friend, how did you two meet each other? Number 2.
My best friend, it's my brother's wife, and when they started dating, just one day they invited me to a cafe for dinner. They picked me up from work in the evening, and that's how we met.
Do you think love at first sight is real? Why or why not? No.
I've never experienced it, but if there is anyone in the world who can say that it was a love at first sight, so it exists.
Number 3. When was the time you were head over heels in love with someone?
20 years ago. All the details of this love story are in the previous task.
Number 4. Who was the last person you were in a relationship with?
For the last 10 years, I'm in a relationship with my husband.
Number 5. Why do people fall in love?
Nobody knows, especially when we speak about infatuation, when you are head over heels in love with someone and everything seems perfect.
Number 6. When was the last time you had a crush on somebody?
Long time ago, when I was a teenage girl.
Number 7. How does a person hit on somebody?
How? He tries to attract attention and please the person he likes. He sends messages and gives flowers and invite on a date. Different ways.
Number 8. What is one way a person can ask somebody out?
One way, just use your mouth to invite on a date. If you want to make a surprise, you can send flowers and a card and write just time and the place.
Number 9. When was the last time you went out with somebody? No.
The last time, it was last week. I went on a date with my husband. We went for lunch in a restaurant, and then we went to the cinema. There was a romantic comedy on. That is how we celebrated St. Valentine's Day.
Number 10. Where would you like to go on a date?
Where? I would like to go on a 1 week date somewhere abroad. It would be perfect.
Number 11. What is the longest you've dated somebody?
Dated somebody, you mean before starting living together? With my husband, we've been dating for a year or maybe more than a year before we decided to move in with each other.
Number 12. Would you rather be exclusively dating or just seeing somebody?
I can't understand the question. Dating or seeing, isn't it the same? I don't know.
Number 13. Why is it important to you to have a lot in common with your significant other?
I don't think it's important to have a lot in common, but when you decide to settle down and start a family, it's important to have just common values of life and the plans for future that you want to share with the person, and at the same time you may have different interests and different hobbies, because when you start a family it doesn't mean that it ties you up, so you can enjoy your hobbies and you will have something to discuss if you have different interests and different hobbies.
Number 14. What type of personalities do you get along with?
Get along with? I like people who are intelligent, polite, calm and responsible, who keep their promises, people who I can rely on and they can count on me in return.
Number 15. Why do some people want a no strings attached type of relationship?
No strings attached type of relationship. Because we are fed up with duties and responsibilities. Sometimes we want just a fun affair to enjoy each other and spend time together, have fun, make love, and nothing more.
Number 16. Why do you think some husbands are tied to their wives' apron strings?
It depends. Sometimes women are very imperious and they like to control each other. They control. Блин. They like to control everything, but sometimes it's just the easiest way out not to get into fights, just to admit your wife's decisions and not to have these quarrels. Sometimes men are not mature enough and they just look for some mother-son relationship in their marriages. That's a pity, I think.
Number 17. Why do you think making love is an important part of a relationship?
Yeah, making love is important because it's the way to show your feelings, to be closer to each other, and when there is no sexual affection, no wonder it will lead to cheating.
Number 18. When do you feel it is a good time to get married to somebody?
It depends, my grandparents, for example, they have been together for more than 50 years and they met each other when they were at school. Some people are waiting for the perfect moment when they will get a good job and graduate from university and will be able to provide for their family, but still something goes wrong and they break up. So I don't think that there is a perfect moment to start a family. It depends.
Number 19. At what age did your mother get pregnant with you?
She was 19 when she got pregnant with me.
Number 20. At what age do you think it's acceptable to have a baby?
Well, it must be a conscious decision. It's good when you are able to provide for your family and you live apart from your parents and can raise kids and don't ask for money. You don't ask your parents for money, or I don't know.
Number 21. What do you think is the hardest part about long distance relationships?
The hardest part about long distance relationship, when you have to admit that you must put up with this, and the only way to keep in touch is just to text each other or make phone calls when you don't have an opportunity to meet as often as you want, and sometimes you can't trust your partner and you start going crazy, thinking that she's cheating on you or something like that. I don't know.
Number 22. Would you prefer to be in a relationship or married before starting a family?
Of course, it's good to be in a relationship before starting a family, because you have a chance to see and check if there is a right person next to you, to put up with some shortcomings and understand if you can build a strong family before you get married.
Number 23. After how long do you think it is acceptable to move in with somebody?
Again, it depends. Actually, for me, this marital status doesn't matter anymore, because I've been married twice and I'm twice divorced, and it's not important for me if you just live together or you are a married couple.
Number 24. Why do couples drift apart from one another?
As years go by, people just pull on each other, get bored, and lose the interest. Passion wears off, and maybe that is why they drift apart from each other. Sometimes they have some problems that they can't cope with, some misunderstanding, offenses that they can't forgive, and they just keep everything inside and start being fed up with this relationship. I don't know.
Number 25. How does it feel to break somebody's heart?
I don't know. I know how it feels to have a broken heart.
Number 26. Why do some couples get back together after years apart?
Get back together. Because they want to let bygones be bygones and turn over a new leaf. They just decide to get back and start dating again. They realize that it takes two to tango, and they decide to forget past offenses and forgive each other and give another chance for themselves to be happy.
Number 27. What do you think about unrequited love?
It's no good. It's like a disease, I think, especially if the person can't see the reality. I don't know, just...
Number 28. Why is it unacceptable to cheat on somebody?
I'm going to speak in general, not about my personal experience, but who said that it's unacceptable? Sometimes some affairs help people to stand their marriages, to go through crises. Marriage and family, it's a bit more than just sexual affairs, and a lot of couples put up with it and forgive, and it doesn't it's not the reason for them to break up.
Number 29. Why do some people have affairs?
Because they are fed up with their marriages, and they look for consolation somewhere else, and some people are just easy riders and it's okay for them.
Number 30. What is one reason to break up with somebody?
I think the only reason to break up is just when you don't care anymore. When it doesn't matter if your partner is happy or not, if you get bored, if you are indifferent, that is the reason to leave your partner and give a chance to yourself and give a chance to your partner to find someone else and to meet someone else and be happy. Because such kind of relationship can become a nightmare.
What is one reason to split up with somebody?
Reason to split up? As I have already said, when you are fed up and you don't care anymore.
Number 31. Why do couples sometimes get into fights?
I can't understand why do people get into fights, especially when they start shouting at each other and even insulting each other, because two adults can come to terms, discuss the problem and find the solution. Just try to talk more.
Number 32. Who was the last person you fell out with?
My friend. She was the only bosom friend of mine, and we just broke off all the talks and stopped communicating. I don't think it's possible for us to make up with each other after such a long time.
Number 33. Why is it important to make up with somebody?
If you really want to, how to say, to have a relationship with this person, if he is dear to you, it's important to make up with him or her and be able to forgive, be able to forget past offenses.
Number 34. What is one reason to be mad at somebody?
I don't know. What does it mean to be mad? When you start shouting and I don't understand this behavior. Just use your mouth and say, why do you leave dirty dishes in the sink? Why do you leave your dirty socks on the floor? I don't know. For me, it's not the reason to be mad at a person. Take it easy.
Number 35. Do you think divorce is acceptable or unacceptable?
Nowadays it's acceptable, and I think it's better to break up of a marriage than to leave and hate each other when you just can't stand each other and don't care anymore. Just give yourself and your partner a chance to meet someone else and be happy and build a strong knit family and enjoy your life. And when you look back on your life, you will not regret about the years that passed